Tuesday night, October 6th, 2005. It's time for prime time. 3 young women alone in the middle of the night. An intruder breaks in, and they're in the fight of their lives.
Oh my God, we got attacked or something. Please help. Please come on, hurry.
The only person to survive. Her 2 roommates, the girls they called themselves, stabbed to death.
She screamed unlike anything I'd heard before.
Their house phone dead. The intruder still inside on an ominous Halloween night.
Blood everywhere.
But who did it? Someone who was hiding in plain sight the whole time. Plus, caught on tape. Winona did it, so did they, but bigger. This woman stole the furniture out of her neighbor's house.
We put our house on the market, and she comes to take a look at our house, and she says, "It's my stuff."
He was a teacher, coach, father of 3. They both led double lives.
My body just quivered and shook. I felt scared. I felt bad. I felt disgusting, really.
It's not just a bad habit. They have different brains. Are we hardwired to steal? Could you be too? Here now, John Quinones.
Good evening. Welcome to Primetime. We're about to take you into what was the carefree world of 3 young women, roommates, career girls, having fun and living the good life in the beautiful California wine country of Napa Valley. And then Halloween a year ago, a killer breaks into the house they share and everything changes. But why did he let one of the girls escape? Or did she? Since she spent the last year in fear, knowing the killer is somewhere out there, even someone she might know. For nearly a year, this young woman has been living in a state of terror.
It's hard to go to sleep, and it's hard to be quiet when everything goes quiet and it's dark. That's when everything comes back every night.
This is 911 emergency. What are you reporting? Oh my God, we got attacked or something. Dorset Street, please help.
Lauren fears she'll be haunted for the rest of her life by what happened in her home last Halloween.
Yeah, it was upstairs. I was downstairs. I don't know what happened. Okay. Most of my roommates were hurt. Oh my God.
There are many nights where I'll wake up or try to go to sleep and it all comes through and I have to just basically out loud say, okay, stop, don't, and push it away.
Please come on, hurry.
Pushing away the memory of that awful night when an intruder slipped into her home, brutally stabbed her 2 roommates to death, then vanished.
I'm downstairs. There was someone that came in, just jumped out the window.
You must get to the point where you're fearful of the dark every night.
I hate the dark. I hate the dark.
How many people are injured? 2 upstairs. I think they're dying. I swear to God.
So deep is the post-traumatic shock that even now she's unable to let herself cry for fear of a total emotional meltdown.
It was the weirdest feeling ever. I didn't want anyone to touch me, and my mom would try to console me a little bit. I'm like, don't touch me.
Oh my God, they're dying. I don't know what is going on. There's blood everywhere, and my roommate is struggling.
The 911 operator seems to doubt what she's hearing.
Who attacked you? Please, I don't know. You don't know who attacked you? Is that your home?
I remember my last words on the call was, "This doesn't happen in Napa." And I think she said, "No, it doesn't," or something like that.
Nestled in the heart of California's idyllic wine country, Napa is nothing if not a safe place to live. Before that tragic Halloween night, there hadn't been a murder here in more than 2 years. It seems like the perfect place to raise a family or retire. But not much nightlife, not exactly the kind of place you'd expect to find 3 single, attractive, career-oriented women in their 20s.
What is it like? What's that region like to live in?
Napa? It's very boring. I think we were the total single girls in Napa.
Still, all 3 choose Napa as the place to begin their careers, never imagining the horror that lay ahead. Lauren, the all-state athlete with a political science degree, coaching volleyball and working at a local college. Adrian Insania, the budding civil engineer who works at the Napa Sanitation District.
She cared a lot. I learned that kind of slowly, that she really genuinely cared about people and her friends and would do anything for her friends, and that's what I really did admire about her.
They get along so well, Lauren and Adrian decide to rent this house on the west side of Napa. On the day they move in, Adrian's friend, Ben Katz, pitches in, and a couple of other friends, Lily and Eric, join them for an impromptu celebration.
Lily and Eric came by, and we were there for probably 3 or 4 hours, just relaxing and talking, drinking some beers and having a good time.
By summer, a bubbly former beauty queen from South Carolina, Leslie Mazzara, moves in.
She could literally light up a room.
Leslie is a public relations specialist at the high-profile winery of film director Francis Ford Coppola.
She could wear me out like no other. It was funny.
We just more energy and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or once we went to Santa Cruz all day, I laid out on the beach, had a great time. We got back about 10 o'clock. Okay, let's go out to the bar. That's all right. I'm good. That's fine.
Through the summer of 2004, Leslie and Adrian, both 26, and 27-year-old Lauren settle comfortably in their new home.
Big backyard for my dog, and I planted flowers in the front, and it was pretty spacious, but also pretty intimate as well.
On Leslie's birthday, Lauren snaps these pictures of her roommates in the backyard.
When I look at those pictures, I see them. I really do. I see their personalities. I see who they are. I'm enjoying the moment of that time. We're all together. I was playing sports. I was pretty happy. It was my first time in my life where I was happy with where I was at that moment, and I wasn't really too concerned about the future.
But then, on October 28th, the tranquility is broken when Leslie is the first to bring home a boyfriend in the middle of the night.
Adrian and I, neither of us knew the dynamics of the house or how the floors, I mean, any of the noises that might come out of a room.
The result? Lauren and Adrian are kept up all night by the lovemaking. And the next day, from her desk at the winery, Leslie sends an email apology for the late-night rumble. In the flurry of emails that follow, they agree. From now on, overnight male visitors can be expected.
I didn't put much thought into it, but I just figured in the back of my head that, yes, people would be coming over, and it was just kind of started the whole ball rolling with that idea.
Little did they know that first rendezvous would set the stage just 3 nights later. When we come back, another late-night visitor with far more sinister intentions.
Everybody's talking about Oust, the first and only air sanitizer.
Oust is for the air.
I thought Lysol was an air sanitizer.
Lysol isn't killing the bacteria in the air.
Oust is the first and only air sanitizer that kills odor-causing bacteria in the air.
I don't think there's anything like this.
Oust kills the bacteria.
Oust gets rid of the odors, doesn't mask the odors.
It smells clean and fresh.
Get odor-causing bacteria out with Oust Air Sanitizer. S.E. Johnson, a family company.
It does what it says.
Living with genital herpes can be a hassle. Whenever I had an outbreak, it felt like it took days out of my life. But then I talked to my doctor about Valtrex. Just 1 pill a day helped reduce the number of my outbreaks. And now, I've been outbreak-free for nearly a year.
It's a brand new day.
In a 1-year clinical study among people with genital herpes who took Valtrex, at 6 months, over half were outbreak-free. After 1 year, a third were outbreak-free.
Now my days are right where they belong.
It's a brand new day.
There is no cure for herpes. Even with treatment, it may be possible to spread herpes. Valtrex may not prevent all recurrences. To avoid a potentially serious complication, tell your doctor if your immune system is not normal because of bone marrow or kidney transplant or advanced HIV disease. Common side effects are headache, nausea, and abdominal pain.
Ask your doctor if daily Valtrex is right for you. My days are how I want them, and there's nothing better than that.
It's a brand new day.
Sir, why are we meeting in the shower?
Well, ideas always hit me in my shower at home, and our first store opens next week, so any ideas?
FedEx Kinko's. For signs, banners, printing invitations, even shipping.
Wow, this shower thing really does work.
FedEx Kinko's. Make it, print it, pack it, ship it.
Networks don't talk about it. Government can't tax it. But sports betting is a $200 million a year business.
I'm in.
Tomorrow,
10 and 2, 85% weekend. Man, I'm proud of you.
If you want to be a winner,
We're starting to roll here, man.
you've got to get in the game.
There might be businesses you could make more than $2 million in a weekend, but where else you gonna have this much fun?
It's the greatest high in the world. 2 for the money.
Winning's a funny thing.
Rated R. In theaters tomorrow.
Three climate zones.
How's he doing back there?
3 rows of seats. So everyone can travel in comfort.
He's fine.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander. It's your world. Take command.
Faith Fairfield has been lost at sea.
There's nothing more devastating than a death in the family, especially when
they never found her body.
It's a fake.
Just her bikini.
A New Hope and Faith, followed by the premiere of Hot Properties, Friday, only on ABC.
Primetime continues with John Quinones.
It's been nearly a year since the murder of her 2 roommates, but Lauren can't escape it. Every single day, her mind replays the final hours of their life together. In the worst of coincidences, it's Halloween night, 10:30 p.m., and a TV show all about death, HBO's 6 Feet Under, is playing in the living room as Lauren's roommates go upstairs for the night.
I finished up watching that last season on the DVD, and then I went to bed.
The house is dark for about 2 hours until sometime between 1:30 and 2 a.m. when suddenly a security light trips on behind the garage.
Chloe, my dog, jumped up and did her bark, and it wasn't a full bark, it was kind of a warning bark. I woke up and saw the light, and then I dismissed it as, oh, you know, Adrian had 2 cats and they were in and out a lot, so it was just the cats.
Lauren quiets her dog and begins drifting back to sleep, but within minutes she hears someone entering the house, going up these stairs. She immediately thinks of Leslie's boyfriend and that noisy night of passion just 3 days earlier.
And I thought, oh no, not again. So much so that I didn't look at my clock. I didn't want to know how little sleep I had left. I wasn't irritated yet, but I was thinking, you know, please don't keep me up again.
Not wanting to be a spoilsport, Lauren stays in her bedroom.
Chloe jumped up again, and she barked, and she went to my door. You know, my reaction is basically to quiet her down, so Chloe, it's okay, shh, and told her to lie down again.
Again, she drifts off to sleep.
And then a scream. She screamed unlike anything I'd heard before. I knew it was a blood-curdling, terrified scream.
It's Adrian.
And then just chaos erupted upstairs and banging around, and I knew it was Adrian's scream. Adrian kept screaming, and oh my God, please help, and she's just screaming, and so I jumped up.
In total darkness, Lauren opens her door and takes one step out into the hall directly beneath the stairs. But then she's overcome with fear.
I was frozen. It wasn't like I was going anywhere, but I was still listening, trying to figure out what was happening. But I couldn't really move until he started coming down.
The intruder, less than 10 feet away and moving toward her in the dark. It's a scene from so many horror movies. A young woman transfixed for a moment that seems like an hour.
And then he started running down the stairs, and she's still screaming. But he came down like skipping stairs. I mean, he was flying down the stairs, breaking stuff as they came around, and I just ran out.
In her panic, she runs the wrong way toward the back door.
I thought, this is a race for me to get to the door before he does.
Suddenly, she finds herself trapped in her own backyard.
You felt trapped because there was a fence?
Yeah. Once I got outside, I just thought, what am I doing? I have nowhere to go, so I just stood there.
Lauren hides here behind the house with a 6-foot fence ahead of her and no way to scale it. Where is the intruder? And then she hears him struggling with the kitchen blinds in the front of the house.
Then it was quiet, that's all I remember, except for Adrian asking for help.
The plaintive cries from upstairs draw Lauren back into the dark house. Not certain where the intruder is, but needing to help her friends, Lauren gropes her way to the kitchen phone.
And I grabbed the phone and I turned it on, and this is where it was it was dead. I was like, oh my God. It was, you know, that awful beeping sound when the phone's dead.
Holding the dead phone in her hand, she tiptoes up the stairs, terrified that the intruder could be around any corner.
I noticed just blood on the walls and everything.
A crack of light leads her to a grisly scene here in Adrian's bedroom.
I dropped the phone, and I just remember saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, and just, it was like a war zone in my house. It was a horror movie. That's what I thought, exactly what I thought when I was up there.
But it was not a movie.
It was the scene of like walking into a movie.
This entire bedroom floor is covered in blood. Lauren finds Leslie here, face down in a pile of clothes with stab wounds all over her upper body and arms. She may have died while trying to come to her roommate's rescue.
I knew she was dead. Deep down, I knew she was dead.
She finds Adrian here, a few feet away, crouched behind her bed. She's alive, but no longer able to speak and rapidly bleeding to death from multiple stab wounds. The bedroom phone knocked off the hook, explaining why Lauren couldn't get a dial tone downstairs. Perhaps Adrian had already tried to call for help.
I knew I couldn't help Adrian. There was just so much blood, and she was far too, I don't know.
Amidst it all, Lauren is struck by the unreality of the scene.
An enormous amount of blood everywhere, and just the horror movie. This can't be happening. It's all surreal. It's all slow motion.
She goes back downstairs, her bare feet slipping in her roommate's blood.
Just got my cell phone, turned it on, called 911 from outside of my room or somewhere around there.
Oh my God, we got attacked or something. Who attacked you? Please, I don't know. You don't know who attacked you? Is that your home?
The woman was kind of like, I don't understand. I said, my roommates are dying. Please get somebody here.
How many people are injured? 2 upstairs. I think they're dying. I swear to God.
As she desperately feeds information to 911, Lauren is again struck by that question. Where is the intruder?
And then it cut off. Then I realized, I should probably get out of the house.
She makes a dash for her car, races away, and reconnects with 911.
I'm driving around. I don't know what to do. This guy was, somebody was... Wait, you're not back in the house? No, I got in my car and left. I don't know what to do.
She said, where are you going? And I said, I don't know. I'm just trying to go away. But they instructed me to come back to the house. I didn't want to come back because I didn't know where he was.
What did that person look like when he... I don't see anybody, I swear to you. I heard screaming, and I stayed where I was.
What she doesn't know as she pulls away is that her memory of crashing kitchen blinds is the last anyone would hear of the intruder who had vanished into the night.
Okay, who are the people inside the house? 2 females upstairs. And they were both bleeding? Yeah, well, one's unconscious, she was down, and then the other one was bleeding and gurgling and not quite, but she was saying, help me, please help me. I didn't know what to do.
Who do you think did this?
I don't know. I really don't know. What it does is it turns my world into looking around and having a suspicion about everybody. I was thinking everybody was a suspect, any of my friends or anything. Awful.
In the depths of her grief, Lauren is obsessed with some frightening questions. Is the killer someone she knows? Did he intend to kill her too?
I've gone over and over and over in my mind, and I've pulled up so many details or anything the girls have said or anything, and I don't know.
But there is something hidden in her subconscious mind. And finally, 9.5 months after the murders, it's about to come back to her.
First viewing of the show being called Fresh and Fun on Properties tomorrow, only on ABC.
Applebee's new Italian style is here.
Hey, Mambo! Mambo Italiano, you must go. Cause something tasty's going on. Oh, Applebee's will thrill you with some food right off the grill.
With so much Italian flavor, Applebee's Italian style will make your taste buds dance.
Hey, Mambo! Mambo Italiano, Italian dishes that are Applebee's delicious.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
High-definition TV, amazing picture quality.
Things that are good.
High-speed internet, faster downloads.
Things that are great.
Quartz, satellite dishes.
Things that should be removed.
Next. A free library of on-demand movies.
Things you'd give your right arm for?
Yes! HD TV, high-speed internet,
Things that are...
free on-demand movies.
Things that are Comcast.
Yeah! Oh, my God!
I don't know how not to get sick. I think salmonella is a kind of dinosaur. I think washing your hands is stupid. What's an immune system? Do I know?
Kids don't always know how to stay healthy, so Clorox disinfecting products get rid of germs that can make them sick. When their world is cleaner, their lives are healthier.
If you were my sister, I would say you should know your breast cancer could come back.
You should know how to fight it.
You should know there are treatments that can help reduce that risk significantly.
Learn about those treatments, I would say.
Decide on them with your doctor.
If you were my sister, I would say you should know you have options.
If you were my sister, I would say there are many reasons to be optimistic.
15 years, I'm still here. Hello?
For the women who know what they want.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
He's unavailable and not interested. And what woman can resist that?
You'll want the most uninhibited comedy since Sex and the City.
What are you doing?
You want me to keep the tool belt on?
It's being called fresh and funny.
Oh, no. Please tell me I didn't drink and dial.
Yes, we were girls gone wild with unlimited minutes.
Hot Properties. First viewing tomorrow, 9:30, 8:30 Central, after an all-new Hope and Faith, only on ABC.
Happiness, tears, friendship, caring, laughter, hatred, love. Just your typical Sunday night on ABC. At 8/7 Central.
This is gonna be good.
An all-new Extreme Makeover Home Edition.
I'm sorry, what?
Then at 9/8 Central.
Someone dug Rex up.
An all-new Desperate Housewives. And then at 10/9 Central.
How can someone be so offensive and yet so charming all at the same time?
An all-new Grey's Anatomy. Starting at 8/7 Central, only on Sunday. Only on ABC.
Primetime. Once again, John Quinones. Reeling from the double murder in the heart of their community, Napa police methodically scour the crime scene. They collect 266 items of potential evidence, everything from microscopic fibers to cigarette butts.
We never know what's going to be important usually at the time where we're there.
Over the next several months, lead detective Todd Schulman and his colleagues interview some 1,300 people connected to the victims. Meanwhile, Lauren, the lone survivor, constantly racks her memory for clues.
This whole time I've been thinking about different things, and I'd offer up kind of different suggestions to them. But most everything, you know, had fallen through. There was no, it just becomes a dead end.
It's like a puzzle. We pick pieces, we take things from the crime scene that we feel are going to be, that may be useful or may yield evidence. And sometimes we may not realize the significance of what we've collected until much later.
They find what they think is the killer's blood, a drop of it, left outside the broken kitchen window. It contains the DNA of a white male of probable North European descent.
We've collected over 200 DNA samples from various people we felt we wanted to check against our suspect's DNA. And none of those has resulted in a match.
2 weeks after the murders, Adrian's close friend Lily organizes a candlelight vigil. At her side is her boyfriend, Eric. Strangely enough, the murders happened on the weekend they had originally planned to be married. But Eric and Lily had been having their ups and downs, and Lily postponed the wedding. Finally, in January, they announce a new wedding date, acknowledging the loss of their close friend. Adrian's mother, Arlene, recalls reading from the Bible at the ceremony in memory of her slain daughter.
It's the last chapter of the Song of Solomon, and that is, love is stronger than death, passion fiercer than the grave.
Life in Napa Valley is getting back to normal. Meanwhile, the investigation inches along through the summer until police take a closer look at the cigarette butts found at the scene.
They were able to abstract the DNA from those cigarette butts.
And it matches the DNA in the blood found by the kitchen window.
It's another piece of the puzzle because now we know it's someone who was smoking at the crime scene.
Those cigarette butts, smoked right down to the filter, indicate the killer may have spent some time lingering here in advance, casing that house earlier on Halloween night. He may have even watched as his two victims handed out candy to trick-or-treaters, passing unnoticed in this quiet neighborhood. In mid-August, police tell Lauren that the killer is probably a smoker.
So then my brain started going, okay. And I said, you know, we didn't really associate with a lot of smokers.
But just thinking about it was enough to trigger a forgotten memory.
And then it took a couple seconds later, and then I thought, wait, Eric smokes.
Eric Matthew Koppel, the 26-year-old who had married the friend of victim Adrian Insania.
And then I remember that he had been in the house, too.
Remember, he was there celebrating the night Lauren and Adrian moved into their new home.
Eric is very, very shy, very quiet guy.
Not very social.
Not very social at all.
He worked at a land surveying firm, but otherwise stayed at home a lot, often working in his garage late at night. Lauren recalls his odd behavior in social situations, like the night a group of friends partied at a local bar.
I remember asking the question, why is he standing up, you know, where we're all here, and well, he's just not comfortable.
Lauren immediately tells homicide detectives about Eric Koppel being in the house and being a smoker.
And I asked, have you checked his DNA? And they said no.
They had not checked
They had not checked his DNA yet.
Did you ask them to talk to Eric?
I believe they said that they would check into it.
That was in August, and for weeks, Eric Koppel remains on Lauren's mind. His smoking, his odd behavior.
A month had gone by since you last suggested this.
Yeah.
And you asked him again.
Yeah.
And they still hadn't talked to him.
They hadn't been able to reach him.
Police are focused on the cigarettes, and the next day they release photos of the brand smoked by the killer, Camel Turkish Gold, an uncommon cigarette on the market just 4 months at the time of the murders.
As you can tell in this picture, the cigarette filter and the markings on it matches the butt that we've located at the crime scene.
It's a stroke of luck, because family and friends, among them John and Lisa Stewart, knew that Eric Koppel smoked Camel Turkish Golds.
When you heard that these were the type of cigarettes that the killer had smoked, what was your reaction?
I remember my reaction. Chills went up my spine, because the only other time I had ever heard of these cigarettes mentioned was the night we smoked them together.
They even have photos of that occasion, a barbecue in Koppel's backyard.
I just shuddered. Ooh. And it was an awful sort of moment.
Eric Matthew Koppel's name.
With his brand of cigarettes now connected to the murders, sources tell Primetime Koppel goes to family members for advice. And then he turns himself in.
Police called you a little before midnight to tell you this, and you broke down.
They said something to the effect of, we found him, or we have a suspect or something.
At approximately 3 a.m. on September 28th, Matthew Eric Koppel was booked into the Napa County Detention Center on 2 counts of murder.
And it took about 3 seconds for my brain to register what they were saying, and then yeah, I was just shaking, and I was very upset.
Mr. Koppel is charged with using a knife in each of those killings.
When I got off the phone, that's when it really kind of hit me, and I lost it.
And Lisa, you have no idea either. If he did it, why he would have.
Not the guy who planted the plants in his backyard and watered them every day.
Now accused of viciously taking 2 lives.
Yeah.
And 2 lives of his wife's friends. It just doesn't make any sense at all.
When you hear his name, What goes through your mind?
It's more when I see his picture now is difficult. He looks like such a criminal now, and he was just a shy guy, you know, just a guy that just seemed nice. He just was, you know, quiet.
What could have motivated this shy young man to commit such a heinous crime?
There is talk about a fight.
His friends look for clues in Koppel's behavior in the hours before the murders, when Eric and Lily attended a Halloween party.
There was some alcohol. They were having some drinks, and he may have said a couple of things that embarrassed her, and he later even asked her if he had embarrassed her, and she said yes, that he had. I think at that point he even said, you know, I shouldn't be drinking anything, you know.
After the party, they separate. Lily spends the night at her parents' house, leaving Eric alone. Police say he then goes to Adrian, Lauren, and Leslie's house and commits murder. But why would he target his wife's friends? Now remember, Eric and Lily had originally planned to get married that Halloween weekend, but Lily had postponed the wedding. Instead, she was getting ready for a girls-only vacation to Australia with her close friend, Adrian. Could that have been the breaking point for Eric? Sources say prior to his arrest, Eric wrote a suicide note, jealous of Adrian's close friendship with his bride-to-be.
If Eric killed your roommates, he knew you lived there too. Why did he spare you?
I don't know. I just happened to have my door closed that night. That's it. That's the only thing.
Almost a year later, she remains tortured by the what-ifs. What if she had opened that door and let her dog out? What if she confronted the intruder when she first heard him enter? Could she have saved her friends, or would she also be dead?
What helps you get by?
Really good friends and exercising.
Yeah.
Getting out, and whenever I can not function anymore, then I'll just go for a run.
Lauren still feels very much alone. Peace of mind is elusive, but she has found some in a spiritual connection with her murdered roommates, Leslie and Adrian.
And I tell the girls this every day, like, I will never forget them. I'll never forget kind of what they had to go through. And if I don't think about them for a period of time, I feel guilty about that. So I maybe go out and I'll have a chat with them or something.
You still talk to them?
Oh, yeah, all the time. The girls added something to my life. I'll never forget that. It's just having that chunk gone is hard to fill.
Next Thursday, October 13th, Eric Koppel will be arraigned and charged with 2 counts of murder with special circumstances, meaning he'll be eligible for the death penalty. We'll be right back.
When Primetime returns, see what only surveillance cameras pick up and hear what a shoplifter feels at the exact moment of the crime.
It was giving me a false sense of feeling good, feeling empowered.
Next.
I promise.
I promise.
I promise. The all-new Chevy Impala gets an estimated 31 highway miles per gallon.
Malibu LS with 32.
Cobalt LS, 34.
And a Aveo with 35.
I promise that Chevy Tahoe has best-in-class fuel economy.
We even took a Silverado and created the first full-size hybrid pickup truck.
I promise fuel economy is just as important to Chevy as it is to you.
That's a Chevy Total Value Promise.
Check out Quizno's new Cabo chicken sub with chicken, bacon, and cheddar, all topped with a mild chipotle mayo and fresh guacamole. I'd love to pounce on one, except I can't move in this wetsuit.
Quizno's new Cabo chicken sub, just $2.99.
Wow, just $2.99?
We look out for each other. We do it without thinking, without reward. It's what we do. And that's why there's more help coming from Medicare. New prescription drug coverage. With it, everyone who is eligible for Medicare can be covered for the prescriptions they need to stay healthy. But all of us should learn more about it, because choices must be made. And we can help each other, because that's what we do.
These multivitamins
the number of ingredients. Centrum knows it's about something more. Balancing combinations of nutrients, like C recharging E for antioxidant power that help your body get more out of Centrum. Centrum is balanced and the most complete.
Fridays are getting
very naughty.
Super Nanny, all new, Friday only on ABC.
Tuesday.
I work in an Oval Office, and yet I still get cornered.
26 million people.
You want her gone just as much as I do.
Have made Commander-in-Chief Tuesday night's #1 show.
She's a woman.
She isn't a woman. She is a president.
This is not politics as usual.
I know it's hard living under a microscope. I get it.
Revenge is the only motivator I have any real faith in.
What a town. You can't even trust the backstabbers.
An all-new Commander-in-Chief, followed by an all-new Boston Legal, Tuesday night, 8 Central, only on ABC.
Up next, how desperate is this housewife? She's a wife, mother, socialite, the woman who has everything, even furniture, from her neighbor's house, which she stole. Primetime continues after this from our ABC stations.
I'm Lori Jennings.
And I'm Dwight Lauderdale. Tonight on Local 10 News, a terror threat puts New York City subways on alert. Details on security measures and where that threat came from.
A family speaks out trying to cope with their grief after a teen was killed by lightning at a football game.
If today's pounding storms missed you, you are lucky, but you are not in the clear.
And a medical breakthrough for women. Researchers say they have found the first vaccine against cancer.
Details just ahead on Local 10 News.
If your house, mobile home, or other structure contains polybutylene pipe with plastic or metal insert fittings, you may be entitled to free replacement of your plumbing if it is leaked. You may have additional legal options for dwellings purchased after August 12, 2002. Call 1-800-392-7591 or visit the website at pbpipe.com for information about the settlement and to determine if you qualify. To qualify, your PB plumbing must have been installed between January 1st, 1978 and July 31st, 1995. Polybutylene pipe, also known as PB plumbing, is a non-rigid, sometimes curved plastic pipe used in water supply plumbing systems. For information on your legal rights and eligibility, visit the website at pbpipe.com or call toll-free 1-800-392-7591. That's pbpipe.com or call 1-800-392-7591.
Wake up to the great taste of McDonald's delicious hotcakes and sausage platter for less than $3.
For the most accurate breaking news coverage, turn to Local 10 News.
Prime time. Once again, John Quinones.
This woman has a secret. Some even say a sickness you'd never guess from looking at her. She's a wealthy socialite, a former model, married to a prominent businessman. But she's also an addict, not of alcohol or drugs, but something just as devastating. And she's not the only one. Here's Jim Avila.
Texas, known for fossil fuels, new money, and a turbocharged social scene. And in 2002, you couldn't have a party in Houston without inviting it girl Paula Payne. She had a golden resume, high school track star, modeling through college, even 3 years working at the White House. And to her husband, Jeff, a successful Houston businessman, she was a dream come true.
She was a superstar as far as I was concerned, more beautiful physically than any woman I'd ever known.
Fancy house in one of Houston's toniest neighborhoods. From the outside, Paula Payne's life was nothing short of charmed.
I worked very hard on image management. I worked very hard on having everything appear flawless.
It should have been the happiest time of her life, starting a family, 3 little kids.
Everything looked fine. It appeared fine.
But on the inside, Paula was in turmoil. She was living a double life.
When I would have a difficult day, I just knew that I needed some release. And
where did you feel that? Here? Here?
Was there a feeling in some particular place?
Just tightness in my chest.
To release that tension in her chest, Paula didn't turn to drugs or alcohol or another man. To make herself feel better, Paula began to steal.
I was on a ski trip with some girlfriends. I took a pair of ski sunglasses because I felt somehow that if I had the nicest ski sunglasses, they would think better of me.
Those sunglasses were just the beginning. Over the next 3 years, Paula's thefts escalated in frequency and price. And she didn't just steal from stores. She stole from friends, too. The feeling in the chest would go away?
The anxiety would subside for a period of time. But then I would get home and have so much fear of, oh, am I going to get caught? Who saw me? I can't believe I did this. I hurt this shop owner.
So you knew right and wrong. You knew you were doing bad and you felt bad about it.
Right. Absolutely. Right.
But Paula could not stop. By the time the first warning shot rang through her life, she had learned to lie as well.
I admired a sweater, put it on top of the stroller. I knew that if I was caught, I could say, oh, it's not concealed, it's just right here on top of the stroller.
They didn't believe you?
No, nor should they have. I was arrested at Lord & Taylor. It was one of the worst experiences I've ever had in my life. I risked everything for a sweater that I could afford.
You know, what's going on? I mean, with the same... Isolated and deeply ashamed, Paula lived a terrifying split personality. With money to burn, why would she steal? Illogical shoplifting arrests are nothing new. Winona Ryder's illegal jaunt through Saks led many to question what could drive a wealthy actress to risk it all for goods she could clearly afford. And more recently, Jennifer Wilbanks, the runaway bride. 3 arrests for shoplifting, each occasion for items valued at less than $100. Why do they do it? Now, psychiatrists are finding new scientific evidence that shoplifting, like gambling or liquor, can truly be an addiction.
They will look the same as you and I, and they will live their lives morally and legally in every other aspect.
John Grant, a psychiatrist at the University of Minnesota, has studied kleptomania for 7 years.
The most interesting part is this part of the brain, which is the front part of the brain, right above the eyes.
This is the normal brain, filled with nerve pathways.
Now, this is a brain of someone who suffers from kleptomania, who has uncontrollable urges to shoplift and cannot control those urges. And what's striking about this is less density of those white matter tracts.
Side by side, you can see the normal brain on the left is much denser. The brain on the right is an addicted shoplifter with fewer connectors. It looks just like the brain of a cocaine addict.
This part of the brain is the part that tells us essentially not to do things. It puts brakes on behavior.
And in fact, that is what happened to Paula. She had no brakes.
What are you doing? You have so much to lose for so little gain. And I would try to stop, and I went back to it.
And Paula didn't stop until she did something so incredibly brazen, so publicly humiliating, that it shoved her right out of the Houston social scene.
Up next, Paula hits rock bottom right on the street where she lives, and her neighbors are appalled.
It spread like wildfire.
Plus, the tricks of the trade, things only surveillance cameras usually see. When Primetime continues.
Three climate zones.
How's he doing back there?
3 rows of seats, so everyone can travel in comfort.
He's fine.
The all-new 7-passenger Jeep Commander. It's your world. Take command.
Have you seen Quiznos' new Cabo Chicken Sub? With deli-sliced chicken, bacon, and cheddar, all topped with a mild chipotle mayo and fresh guacamole? Hubba hubba. That thing's a looker.
Quiznos new Cabo Chicken Sub, just $2.99.
Wow, just $2.99.
Ebert and Roper give proof 2 thumbs way up. Pitch perfect, extraordinary.
How long have you known about this?
It's mesmerizing. It simply must be seen. Proof from director John Madden, rated PG-13. Now playing.
I get so congested from my allergies that I feel like I'm not all there. So I got Clear with Claritin D.
Come on, you're on.
For long-lasting, non-drowsy relief of your worst congestion and sinus pressure, nothing is stronger or faster. Non-drowsy Claritin D.
Live Claritin Clear.
This morning, GMA made history, taking you live inside Windsor Castle. And tomorrow, we'll make history again inside the Queen's home, Buckingham Palace, live, only on Good Morning America.
Friday, 2020 takes on the Great American Real Estate Game. Do you know how to play? What's flipping? What's fluffing? Do you really need an agent? And will building your dream house leave you in the poorhouse? Friday, how you can win at the Real Estate Game on 2020. Stories that touch your life.
We expected what the buy owner commercials portrayed.
And that's exactly what we got.
In 4 days, we had 3 contracts.
It all went by so fast, there's not much more to say.
Except we saved over $9,000. Thanks, buy owner.
Thanks, buy owner.
Now, there are more reasons than ever to shop Rooms to Go, like our new fall styles, the exclusive Cindy Crawford home collection with its exciting designs, sensible Rooms to Go pricing, and honest financing with first payment July 2007. No interest, no accruals, no monthly payments like at other stores. Plus, next day delivery on in-stock merchandise. Great fashion, great prices, July 2007 financing, and delivery tomorrow. Now at Rooms to Go.
Well, hello. New. Low rates in Florida.
You gotta go. Go, go, go. Yeah, you gotta go, go, go. You gotta eat.
Try Checkers' new Jim Beam Double Cheddar Burger and Cheddar Chicken Sandwich, smothered in grilled onions and Jim Beam barbecue sauce. Now just 2 for $3. So go to Checkers, because you gotta eat. You gotta eat!
We were told the buy owner would sign us up, take our money, put a sign in your yard, and disappear. How wrong they were.
We had a written offer and 3 backup offers within a week.
It was all very easy.
And we saved $13,000.
Thanks, buy owner.
Thanks, buy owner.
Prime time. Once again, Jim Avila.
He was an all-American family man, a father, and a coach. He was also a relentless thief. For years, driving into a store parking lot for a lifelong shoplifter, Don, not his real name, meant only one thing: giving in to the urge to steal.
It's very scary, and you do feel like you lose a grip on yourself. You do feel like you lose a grip on your ability to control what you're doing.
Don has ruined his life by stealing. He lost his family, his job, and his freedom. He's recovering now from his shoplifting addiction and agreed to stroll through a department store with Primetime.
So you come into a place like this, what would you be doing?
I would likely bring in with me a bag from another store, like a handle bag from another store that I might have put a few of my own personal clothing items in to give it some bulk to it. And I would walk right in, and I would walk right over, pick up 2, walk around, drop 1 in the bag, and then hold it, walk around, and then say, oh, well, maybe I don't really want that one, and put 1 back, and the other one's in the bag. It'd be in and out of a store like this in less than 10 minutes with $200 and some worth of clothing, easily.
The National Association for Shoplifting Prevention says that 1 out of every 11 Americans shoplifts. That's a lot of people, some 23 million people, and it's a lot of money. $25 million a day lost to retail theft. But the stores are fighting back, installing more and more sophisticated surveillance equipment, including cameras like this one. Cameras so sophisticated they can zoom in on my watch and read the time from some 20 feet away. As Don walked through the store, all those fancy cameras are watching him. We can see him from many different angles, and Primetime has provided him with a tiny camera for his glasses. So all eyes are on him, and we still miss his sleight of hand. Remember, in the surveillance booth, they know he is a thief.
I was just wandering around. I said, I'm going to show them how easy it is. I went right behind a display and put something in my pocket, and I knew they were watching me. Did you guys see me put this in my pocket?
No.
And I took it out and I said, you guys didn't even see this. I put it down on the table.
Don had pocketed something for the first time in more than a year.
It made me sick feeling. It reminds me of an awful time in my life.
A time when Don stole unimaginable things. These were not your average five-finger discounts. Give me a top 5 list of the biggest things that you were actually able to walk out of the store with.
Snowblower.
What else?
Lawnmower. How about a huge trolley of lumber and drywall with a shop vac as well.
And then the weekly groceries.
And $350 worth of groceries.
It was all image and facade. And
Paula Payne became a brazen thief, too.
Well, those were dark days.
Her last theft was a blatant act that demolished her beautifully constructed house of cards.
I was running one day through our neighborhood and noticed that there was a house under construction.
She went in.
There was furniture still there. So later on, I took my car over there and I took this person's furniture.
You loaded it right in your car and drove away. Brought it to the house, your house, unpacked it.
Yes.
And used it.
Yes.
And that's not the end of the story. Within 6 months, Paula's house is on the market, with her neighbor's stolen furniture still inside.
And she comes to take a look at our house. It's an open house. And she says, "That's my stuff." Outrageous.
With his wife balled up on the kitchen floor, the neighbor called husband Jeff at work.
6 months ago, some furniture was taken out of our home, and it's now in your home.
The news that Paula Payne was the thief was hard to keep quiet.
It spread like wildfire.
One thing I knew is that she was very, very sick.
I was not comfortable in my skin, and I had to figure out why. And I was going to shoplift until that question was answered.
Paula knew she had done something terribly wrong that violated her personal moral code and the law, even worse than other addictions. Is there any more shame to it, you think?
Yes, a lot more shame. It's illegal. A lot more shame.
Paula finally sought help and was forced to confront emotions that triggered her urge to steal. Feelings about her father leaving when she was just 3 and her brother's suicide. And that's very revealing as to how you handled everything.
Denial and stuffing. Just stuffing my feelings and smiling and moving forward and not dealing with what was right there in front of me.
But in a society that delights in offering labels and excuses, could this just be another excuse for bad behavior? How do we make that leap from that feeling and that way of dealing with things to shoplifting?
That I want relief, that I want help, I want a release from this pain, and shoplifting temporarily relieved it.
John Grant and other psychiatrists studying this addiction say some shoplifters are actually self-medicating when they steal.
I think as we learn more about the biology of shoplifting addiction, that it will be more accepted as an actual illness.
Welcome to CASA, Kleptomaniacs and Shoplifters Anonymous.
And if it's an illness, that means it can be treated like other addictions, with medications, daily reminders, and 12-step programs, like the ones Don and Paula both attend every week.
When I go into a store and I buy something, I smile because I'm winning.
For someone who didn't want anybody to look inside my kimono. Now I'm showing everyone, and I just want them to know that there is so much shame affiliated with this addiction. But there's so much hope.
Paula says she returned everything she stole. Part of the healing was taking responsibility for her addiction.
I'm not placing any blame on anybody but myself. That is how I chose to relieve my pain. It was my choice.
And if you think shoplifting only affects those who do the stealing, think again. It drives up the cost of everything we buy. We'll be back with a preview of how you can get thousands of dollars more when you sell your house.
In just minutes on Local 10 News, caught on camera, a suspect tries to make a break for it out of a courtroom.
And a maid from a Florida service is arrested for cleaning out a home instead of cleaning it up. Those stories next on Local 10 News.
Dinnertime confessions from Lean Cuisine.
Last night I had a salad and a tub of vanilla chip swirl. I won my own private pie eating contest.
I cleaned out my cookie drawer. I had roast chicken portobello with a vegetable rice medley followed by sweet cherries and decadent chocolate sauce. It was one of those new dinners with dessert from Lean Cuisine.
Introducing 30% more food and dessert from Lean Cuisine.
Inside every little kid is a star, and Star Station from Fisher-Price will let them shine. With a whole collection of their favorite songs from Kids Bop. They'll really bring down the house. Play, laugh, grow.
You've waited, you've dreamed, and now it's finally back. Endless Shrimp at Red Lobster. The only time of year to enjoy all the shrimp you can eat. Don't miss Endless Shrimp right now, only at Red Lobster.
Tomorrow night on 2020, a special hour about the biggest purchase of your life, your home. Here's John Stossel with a preview.
Thinking of selling? Find out the secrets of staging. Just moving furniture can get you thousands more for your house. And should you sell through a real estate agent or sell it yourself?
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Looking to buy? Find out what those real estate ads really say.
Quiet means dark.
Charming, small.
Cozy most likely does mean small. And we'll show you how buying and flipping could make you rich.
Life is good.
But building your dream house could also put you in the poorhouse.
Now we're pretty much at the bottom of the barrel.
Boom or bust, tomorrow night on 2020.
That's our show for tonight. I'm John Quinones, and we'll be back with an all-new edition of Primetime next Thursday. For all of us here, good night.
Starting Sunday, from the global resources of ABC News, a week of investigative reporting no American family can afford to miss. The new nuclear threat, Main Street, the new terror threat, react, prepare, protect, only on ABC News.
Fridays are getting
very naughty.
Super Nanny, all new Friday only.